I've been travelling for years now. Indeed, it's nearly 25 years since we started Wanderlust magazine. Travel and the travel experiences have changed so much since those days. It used to be that people couldn't even envisage going to the other side of the world for their annual holiday. And of course now, with advances in technology, with planes and so on, it is so much easier to get everywhere. But also, it's not enough now to just go somewhere and see it. Now when people go on holiday, they want to actually experience it, really immerse themselves in the places that they go to.
We've been flying to London actually right now for over 45 years, and we've been flying to Sydney from Singapore for 50 years. And 2017 actually marks the 70th anniversary of Singapore Airlines. Travel over the last 50 years has evolved quite a bit. It used to be that travel was a very glamorous, a sort of experience that was exclusive only to a very small handful of people. On the one hand, Singapore Airlines has always believed in elevating the experience on board, so introducing fine dining, champagne on board. On the other hand, you also see travelers starting to travel on much more basic environments. So customers do want the choice.
I first went to Sydney in New South Wales over 25 years ago. It has so much there, a wealth of natural assets as well. I think what people love is not only the beauty of it, but the sheer diversity of it. You've got this incredible, iconic city with the Sydney Harbour Bridge and everything else that we associate with it, the Opera House and so many other sites. But then in the state as a whole, you've got mountains, you've got ocean, you've got wineries, incredible bird and wildlife. You've got desert and outback. You've got Aboriginal sites. A lot of people don't realise that there are more Aboriginals in New South Wales than any other Australian state. You can go walking with an Aboriginal guide and learn about the landscape and the culture. It really does offer everything a traveller could want. One of the big changes that I've seen is the blossoming of the food scene. They have really experimented, for instance, with Asian influences and influences from around the world with their own produce and created this marvellous cuisine. Some of the world's top chefs are based in Sydney and around. For instance, there's Matt Moran, who has several iconic restaurants.
So Matt Moran is one of our international culinary panel chefs. He's brought a lot of that into our menu planning as well. Because of its emphasis on fresh produce, Sydney and New South Wales as a whole, that's a big influence for us. Eating and just enjoying your meal is such an important integral part of the flying experience that if you don't take care of that, your entire experience is ruined. And I think that's particularly important when you travel long distances.
Not only are planes now larger, more comfortable, quieter, faster, but there is so much to do on them now. To actually get onto a plane for a long flight, particularly with the right sort of airline, it can be an actual joy. There's not very often in our busy lives that we can perhaps sort of sit down and relax for several hours, having some really good quality me time.
Travel should be enjoyed. Travel is part of the experience. I think in the next 50 years, there'll be increasing emphasis on technology on board the planes, increasing emphasis on comfort, and trying to find more comfortable ways to enjoy your travel and still make it to your destination in great shape.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens with travel in the next 25 or 50 years. People are so much more connected with the world and they will want to experience what is authentic about that destination to an even greater degree. They will want all the comforts and service of home, perhaps even better than home, but they will also want to see what is special about that destination. So if it's Australia they're going to go to, they're going to want a real Bonza Australian experience.